My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to walk through my favorite monkey knife fight plays for UFC Austin. And if you don't know what monkey knife fight is, it's daily fantasy. It's a website, it's an app on your phone, it's super easy, it's a ton of fun, and the only thing you need to do is say more or less on the strike lines. If you think a fighter lands more strikes than what you see on the screen, say more, and if you're right, you can win some money. They're even willing to give you free money for trying it out. So go to wewantpicks.com/MKF, sign up, and they will instantly match your deposit. You give them 20, they'll give you 20. You give them 100, they'll give you 100. So sign up, make a deposit, let them match it, then take their match money and play some of these lines. So you watch our Tuesday breakdown videos, of course. You see us break down all these fights in detail, and one of the things we talk about are the monkey knife fight strike lines, what we think about those, and how we think the fights are going to go. So what I like to do in these videos is jump into the slates. What the slates are is it's different ways of looking at those lines. It's little mini prop games within monkey knife fight. So what they've done here is they've added an entirely different game. It's called Knockout Kings, and all you need to do is win. Well, let's put it this way. You can take any three fighters on the entire fight card, any three, throw them in here, and if just one of them wins by KO or TKO, you can 25% net profit. If two of them wins, you 2.5 times your money, and if three of them win, don't even do that because that's a little trickier. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to give you my three favorite people for Knockout Kings. So these are people that I think can win by KO or TKO. Listen, if we're looking at it, I think Calvin Kattar wins this fight, but Josh Emmett has been putting people out and has very real power, so that is a possibility. I don't like Deron Winn and Phil Hawes for a stoppage. I think it's a grappling match for the most part. Roman Dolidze, grappler. Eddie Wineland certainly is live for a knockout, but so does Cody Stamann, and they're fighting each other. Let's leave that. Tim Means is fighting Kevin Holland. I'm going to put Kevin Holland in here. I think he can stop Tim Means. He has legitimate power. Joaquin Buckley definitely has some very real power in his hands, but he's fighting a wrestler who's going to grind him out. Donald Cerrone can certainly put away Joe Lozon. I don't see a Gloria DePaula stoppage. I don't see a Gregory Rodriguez stoppage. Wrestler, he is a striker. Demir wrestler. I mean, this is a little bit trickier some of the other cards. But Jeremiah Wells is, I know a lot of you are going to say he's live, but he's fighting Court McGee, who's never been stopped. So we're going to go with Josh Emmett, Kevin Holland, and then I'm going to go ahead and I am going to grab Adrian Yanez. And this goes counter to my pick. I think Tony Kelly wins this fight, but Adrian Yanez has phenomenal striking, and I just need one of these guys to win by KO or TKO. So if Yanez doesn't do it and my pick was correct, Tony Kelly wins, it's okay. I still have Kevin Holland and Josh Emmett. So this is what I would put together. But again, there are a few other guys here that are pretty live for a stoppage. And let's look at some of these other prop games. One that I absolutely love is Rapid Fire. So what Rapid Fire does is it takes different fighters from different fights and it matches them up. And you just need to say who's going to land more strikes between these two. So we have Calvin Kattar fighting Albert Duraev. Calvin Kattar matched up against Albert Duraev. But they're giving Albert Duraev 46.5 strikes. He's fighting Joaquin Buckley. He is a wrestler. I think it's a lot of... that goes one of two ways. He gets knocked out by Joaquin Buckley, or he wrestles and just sort of holds him there and wins. So I think Calvin Kattar, even with the 46 free strikes, lands more than Duraev does. Then we have Josh Emmett versus Jasmine Jasudavicius, and Josh Emmett's only getting it half of a strike more than Jasmine. Jasmine is a wrestler. She's going to work in her takedown. She's going to be super busy on top, probably rack up some very real numbers, but I still think Josh Emmett, he's got 5 rounds to work with, and I think he's going to rack up some real numbers. If he implements a wrestling game plan against Calvin, then he'll be on top, and if he's going to go strike for strike with him, I do think he's tough enough to survive. So I think Josh Emmett and Calvin Kattar both land more than Duraev and Jasmine Jasudavicius. And the last thing I'll show in this slate section is 3 for 3s. I love 3 for 3s. Right now, the odds are 4 times my money. If I do this on Saturday, I can 5 times my money. We've got Calvin Kattar at 140, Albert Duraev at 94, and Josh Emmett at 91. Man, it's definitely less for Duraev. We're going to say more more here. So I do think the main event is strike heavy. They're busy. They go at it. And we've seen Calvin Kattar have insane numbers in his fights. Just go look at his Giga fight. Josh Emmett, we haven't really seen him in a 5-round fight put up some real numbers. He's been knocking people out. We haven't seen him go 5 rounds. But I think there's a solid back and forth here, and I think these numbers will get up there. And Albert Duraev, absolutely not. No way is that dude getting the 94 strikes. No way. So this is what I would play here. And the last little tip I will give you guys is when we look at the slates, I went into all day, but the slates, the mini prop games, are broken up by the card, prelim and main. If you don't like what you see in all day, go to the prelim. Obviously, Knockout Kings, that would be foolish to do. But if we go to our rapid fire, well, we're definitely going to get a different matchup. We got Jasmine and Gloria, Cody and Phil Hawes. I actually don't like any of that. But let's go for our 3 for 3 and see what we get. And the reason I don't like this is Jasmine and Gloria. Gloria is a phenomenal striker. Jasmine's can rack up some serious strikes with the wrestling. Cody Stamann, Phil Hawes, you know, that one's super tight. That's just super tight because Cody Stamann does put on a solid pace and he comes forward. But he's fighting, he's got a much more winnable fight than Phil Hawes does, so it is tricky there. But let's go ahead. We'll do our 3 for 3, see what this looks like. We got Phil Hawes, Court McGee, and Ricardo Ramos. Yeah, I mean, this is tricky. I'm going to leave that alone. So let's just go back. We'll look at the main card slates, see if we get a better read. And that's all this is just looking for the right lines. There's no reason to force anything. And this rapid fire, we got Calvin and Emmett again against Duraev and Ismagulov. Done. Absolutely done. And this is why you like to bounce around. Calvin Kattar lands way more strikes than Duraev. And I get it. The 46, we talked about it. He still does it. And Damir Ismagulov, listen, I think he loses this fight, and I think he's in for it. I think he's on the wrong end of a lot of strikes. So Josh Emmett, definitely more than Ismagulov. Calvin Kattar, definitely more than Duraev. And I get it. Duraev's getting 46, but still, I think this is the way to go. So guys, check this out. Let me know your favorite plays in our free Discord. There is a link in the description. And go to WeWantPicks.com/MKF. You watch me do these videos every single week. If you're already doing Monkey Knife Fight, hopefully you're getting some good reads from me, and let me know what you're doing so I can follow along as well. If you're not doing it and you see the videos, you know, give it a try. It's literally, they will instantly match your deposit. Take the deposit match money, play with that. See how you do. Go from there. WeWantPicks.com/MKF.